Hello, hello, my paper loving peeps. Shelly here, Jots and Junk. I've been gone for a while, haven't I? Today we are going to transform this into a steampunk journal. Well, we're gonna get started on it anyway. I made this like 2 months ago and I've been hoarding it because it just turned out way better than I thought it was going to. I don't know what I anticipated it to be, but pleasantly surprised, I must say. And like we spoke about like we spoke about with the Jello box, that's what I wanted to say. You know, everything when you make journals looks like a journal. So, you know, I got to save every cracker and whatever box that comes along. Call me the hoarder. But this has a little bit of a wider spine that I want to use, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to cut it down. And I'm just going to cut along these lines and take this right off of there. You probably don't need to watch me do this, but you know, I'm not gonna pause and come back and pause and come back. I'm just gonna make you suffer through it. Or, I mean, I guess you don't have to. You can fast forward through it, right? Just get rid of me that way. So let's see here. We're gonna zip these off. Then, this looks like it's a little haphazardly trimmed before. Excuse the frog in my throat. Allergies. If nobody else has allergies this time of year, I envy you. I only notice mine really when I'm trying to sleep or when I'm trying to talk. Let's see, that's still cut crooked. What the heck, man? Okay, beep. We're just gonna cut these little ridges off. Okay, I'm gonna get tired of me sniffing. Let's see if I can get that ridge off there. I don't know why that can't even cut straight with the straight edge. Story of my life, crookedness. So, and oh, come on, get a grip. So, I don't know what y'all been doing. Hopefully something creative. Why can't that stay there? Oh my goodness. Okay, stay. Oy vey. Tell ya, the struggle. The struggle is really real. Okay. That's pretty good. Now we'll just kind of flop it on here and oh, that's no bueno. What happened here? Shelly, come on. That felt like it moved again. We're just gonna leave it though. I'm tired of fussing with it. I'm not a fusser. Telling you, not a fusser. Oh, the struggle. Let me tell you. Okay, so I guess I got to put my weight behind it. I've never had this problem before, but let's get on camera and then, okay, I'm going to turn this over maybe because that is a slick surface. Have mercy. Wow. Well, it's better since I turned it over. It's not so slick. That was probably the problem before. It was on that slick surface on my mat as well. How long have I been doing this? 20 years, 20 some years, and still. So you see, with some people, they just continue to have problems every time they do something. So don't get discouraged. I mean, you know, Wow. I think we're pretty darn close now. This little corner right here. My OCD-edness sometimes does get the best of me. We've spoke about this before. And then look at that. Look what I did there. Dear Lord, save me from myself. Okay, so we're just gonna, there's not gonna be anything left of this box pretty soon. Pretty soon we're just gonna have it whittled down to nothing, and it'll be a mini journal. An itty bitty mini journal. Itty bitty teeny weeny. We'll make it a yellow polka dot bikini journal. There we go. Let's try that. You know, once I put that paper on there, it's going to even out any tiny imperfections that we have. Excuse me. And then let's see on this. Do I want a 2-inch spine? I'm trying to envision a 2-inch spine. I think we're going to go with a 2-inch spine. That is fairly straight by Georgie Porgy. So we're gonna go with it, and then I got to check it for up, and here we go again. This slick surface doesn't want to stay put, but we will trick it. We will trick it because I'm tricky. Okay. Let's see now. I probably need to, yep, trim a smudgy off right there, because I had to whittle away so much off of the ends, off the covers. All right. Phew. Wow. That, my friends, was redonkulous. Okay. Now I have to decide what I kind of like, where am I? I kind of like this. Do you see what I used? I used an old Sears and Roebuck's catalog for part of the base of the collage before I went in and mostly covered it up. I have to decide what I want. That'll be on the back if I put it that way. I got to decide what I want for the front of my journal. What would look good on the front? Maybe we'll go with that right there. So I'm going to turn this over. I used the weirdest paper. I used it because of its size. I coffee dyed it. I ironed it. And then when I decoupaged on it, it wrinkled all up. So I ironed it again, and I still didn't get all the wrinkles out of it. But we're just going to go with it because I don't give a care. Let it be wrinkled, just like me. Ha! Haven't decided what I want to use for an adhesive on this. You know, you should always probably decide these things before you get started. I think that I will use 3-in-1. That's what's in this. And I'm going to stand that upside down for a hot minute. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I don't think I need to rough it up if I'm using my 3-in-1. I think we'll be fine. Normally, I would not use this if I was doing a thinner paper because unless I wanted to take the time to like smooth it out with a spatula, because I don't like seeing the adhesive lines through the paper when it's thin. But this paper is going to be heavy enough that it is going to camouflage all that. Plus, there's enough going on in the pattern itself that I think we'll be fine. I think we will. If we're not, then, you know, just have to roll with it because we got what we got. We get what we get, and we can't throw a fit. I do need a little more outside edge here. You know, I'd like to say that my mom said that to me a lot when I was little, but she did not. I had a friend that I worked with that would say that to me. Well, you get what you get and you can't throw a fit. Okay, girlfriend. Okay, let's flip this over here. Yeah. You want to leave, I like to leave about a 1/2 inch. We're just eyeballing, girls. We just gonna eyeball it because that's the way I roll. We've talked about that before too. Ooh, like that. Okay, then we're gonna put the spine. Now, on your spine, where am I? Am I even in? So on your spine, this is not very thick. I didn't feel like I needed like to double this up or anything. It's going to be fine. But one way you can measure where because you have to leave a little for beginners, you beginners out there, you need to leave a little space so that your covers will fold without getting impinged. There you go again. I eyeball it, but if you're concerned or if you're using a wider chipboard, you can put a piece like this and then put your spine up next to it, and that will leave you your gap. Now I'm gonna leave a little bit wider gap than that because I can, because I want to. Don't nobody send the police after me. The journal making police. Don't do it. I know y'all have comments. But you do you, and I'll do moi. Everybody does things differently. So if you come up with a better way, you can share it with me, but don't condemn me for doing it the way I'm doing it. I won't be bossing you. You don't be bossing me. But I will take suggestions. Always open for suggestions. Today we will probably only get to making the cover. I don't know if y'all like, you know, series. I kind of do. I kind of like series. I like to watch people and their progression. I do not work well under the decor part though. I like to craft along with you all when I'm starting something, but let me just tell you that my decor department would be painful to watch. I struggle. It takes me like a half an hour on every page. I have to sit there and stare at it and pull out options and try to make decisions. And we will just do the construction together. And then maybe when I get a few of the decorated pages, I'll hop on and show you progression. But wow, that makes my thumb tired. I gotta do thumb exercises if I'm gonna squeeze these bottles. But yeah, my decision making speed is slow, to say the least, when it comes to decor. I may, however, if I'm making pockets or something, get on and make a few pockets with y'all. But there again, I can make the pocket, but as far as what goes in it, where's my brayer? I know it was here somewhere. I just saw it. I have been, look how pretty it is. I did not clean the acrylic paint off of it. I saw where one gal just lets hers get really dirty, and then after a while she can just like peel it off. We'll see how that works for me. Things like that never work that slick for me. I will probably end up buying a new brayer, and that will serve me right for being lazy. Okay, we're just gonna like smooth that down. I'm gonna flip this over. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm having anxiety about cutting this. I thought about just like framing it and putting it on my wall because it turned out so much better than I thought it was going to turn out. Some of you are like, really? Whatever, if you think so. I love this size of paper too, though. What is this size of paper? It's really a weird paper. So it is almost 12 inches. So it's like 11 3/4 by, I want to say 18, 17. I know, weird. It's printed like in an, it's the weirdest texture. It's printed like in an animal, in different animal prints. And I've had it for like years and years, back in my scrapbooking days, and didn't know what I was going to do with it. But you know, some of us are hoarders. Admit it, you are. I'm not gonna call the police on you. I'm not your mom. You can hoard what you want. I do. Then I listen to my husband complain about it. But does it do him any good? No. And why is this always backwards for me? Let's see, if I put this on this side, I guess it won't be. So we are going to trim that. What did I do with my blade? There it is, my blade. So we are going to start about here. How did I get, oh, I guess it's not fresh. There again with the eyeball. I did not, oh, there, the first cut is the deepest. Some of you are old enough to remember that song. Woo, wild glue. Adhesive gone wild. Okay. Want to hear a gory story? When I first started playing with knives of this sort and trimming paper back in the day, way back in the day, I will tell you that I put my finger, oh, you can't see, that I put my finger like right here, and I started at this end like right here, and I went whoop, and I cut the end of my finger off. That was pretty smart, wasn't it? But I'll tell you what, I didn't do it again. I guess I got to learn the hard way. So let me turn that over so it won't. There is a cork back on this for a reason. I want to use as little of this paper, of this cover paper as possible, so that I can use it to decorate the inside in spots, like maybe make a couple of tags and such to tie. Okay, you guys don't know this about me yet, but I am weird about tying the exterior of my journals to the interior. Like I want pieces, if I've done a handmade project like this, if I've done something like this, I like to tie pieces of my collage throughout my journal, and I'm gonna have that much left. That'll make some good tuck spots and tags, don't you think? Don't you think? Don't you think? Okay, here we go. I want that to dry just a little bit more. While we are waiting, I'm going to snip my corners. So we're going to angle these, and remember that you want to leave just a tiny little space. You don't want to snip that flush with the point. Don't do it. You'll only do it once. Okay, well, if you're me, you'll do it 2 or 3 times before you learn not to do it, because it will not, your corner will show. We don't want our corners to show. No, we don't. That's a little bit wider there. Boink. And then down here, what I'm going to do, let's see. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little triangle. Can you see? I don't know. This is on the spine section. I'm going to take a little triangle out of these spots just because, and there again, don't go clear to your chipboard. Don't do it. But if you do, you know, I'm sure you'll be like me and you'll find some creative way to cover it up. I've had to do it more than once. I don't know why I'm so shaky. Too much coffee this morning and not enough on my stomach, I guess. My husband knows I like really strong coffee, so he made it extra for me this morning. That does not want to stick on there. Why? Okay, now just to make this easier to fold, well, I don't want that. I'm going to use one of these little burnishing, not burnishing. What are these called? Does it have a name? You know, it's a little, one of those for folding, or I don't know. I use them for all kinds of things. And I like to kind of go around the edges when my cover stock is a little thicker. It just makes for folding. Scoring? Is it a scoring tool? I don't know. I don't know my names of my tools. I just use them. I think it's I want to say scoring tool. It's not a scoring tool though. I'm sure one of you will tell me. Ta-da! I'm sure one of you will tell me in the comments what the heck the word is that I'm searching for. Okay, so there we have that. Now, to do these edges, I believe I am going to use some, what size though? I'm going to use some liner tape because I'm lazy. Lazy with the nail. Lazy with the giant L. Put that right to the edge. Well, it's stuck there now. I'll put a little dab of glue where I'm where I'm short. Oh my gosh. My throat is going to be the death of me today. For reals. Okay, that was a little dramatic. It probably won't be the death of me, but it is driving me more crazy than I already am. Eek! Come on, man! Once you get that started, I probably should have put some of that down as well on the back side. But I think we're sticking good now. We got a couple little spots that want to ripple. Story of my life. And it's not the adhesive. That's why I used the 3-in-1, because it is not water-based. It should not cause anything to ripple. But there were already ripples in my collage page. So, yeah, there's that. And I think for the center spine, we're going to switch it up to this wider. Oh my goodness. Get. Scram-a-llama. I love this stuff. I do feel like it's a little bit cheating, but, and it's a little bit expensive if you were going to use it all the time, but I only use it for certain things. Mostly when I'm filming, right? Oh, look at that. It's going to fit perfect. Perfectamundo. Wow, how did I get that lucky? I do not know. I better buy a lottery ticket today because that never happens. Never, never, ever. So I hope y'all do something creative today, or what you want. My husband is home with me full time. He is recuperating from a total knee replacement. Oops, his second, not his first. He had the first one done back in 2019. And apparently I forgot what a big baby he is. I mean, I realize it's traumatic, but come on, man. I'm tired of listening to him go, Then I think he's dying, and I'm like, are you okay? Yeah, I just can't get comfortable. Oh, jeez Louise, come on. But I digress. I love him. I gotta take care of him. I can't kill him. I shouldn't say that. I watch too many real life crime shows. He thinks I'm plotting. But he's worth more to me alive than the ulterior. Trust me. Come over there. He supports all of my crafting habits. He gripes about them. And yet he is kind of funny when he comes across a new tool or something that he thinks I might like. Then he's the one all over asking me if I need it. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to do the sides first because I can. Sometimes I do the top and the bottom first. Sometimes I do the sides first. I don't really know about burnishing this too much because this is paint. It is paint. It is stain. It is going to crack. Oh, that's no bueno. Why would it crack there? I knew this was going too smoothly. It wants to crack right there for some reason. We'll see. Might have to put a little... Why did I put adhesive right here? I did not need that yet. See, I get to yakking. I get to yakking and forget my mission. I did not need that yet. There. But alas, I did not need this here yet either. I just needed it at the top. So I'm not going to pull those off, and I'm not going to bend those down yet. I don't know what I'm going to put up. Okay, here we are to non-planning. This is why it takes me a long time to craft. I did not have anything picked out. Oh, now see, that's not going to... Oy vey. Come on. I didn't have anything picked out for my inside cover pages. So I'm going to have to do that. Let's see if I can sniggle this out. Oh, it came right out. Yay. I might have to pause you while I try and make a decision on my inside cover pages. What it gonna be? So this is, did I already tell you that I think this is gonna be a steampunk journal? I've never made a steampunked theme before, so it's gonna be new to me. I found a fabulous printable that I really liked, and so this cover, I don't know if you can see it good enough, but it has a little bit of a steampunk vibe. It is kind of more colorful. I toyed with like the white splatter. I didn't know about it, but I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna see what it morphs into. Those edges cracking are irritating to me. Okay, so I'm going to pause you for a moment and see if I can't make a decision about what to put on the inside cover of this. Be right back. I'm back. Glad you guys didn't realize how long it took me to choose this. So here's a good time, I think, that I will show you my downloads that I found. But I think that this is the piece of paper. This is the piece of paper. Yep. This is the page that I think that I'm going to use. Now, really it should be oriented like this. But I'm going to put it in like this because there's almost a natural line that goes down the center of this page. And so I am just going to cut it that way because I don't need that paper to come clear over here because I'm going to be stitching, I'm going to do a hidden spine in this journal. So I'm going to be stitching my signatures onto a separate piece of backboard. And then I'm going to be gluing it in here. And so there will be a piece of fabric. You can use paper, but I'm going to use fabric. So there will be fabric that comes out over the edge of this. And it won't be seen. I know, clear as mud on my explanation, but you will understand it when I show it to you. Some of you are going, yes, we already understand it. You don't have to explain it again, Lucy. No, you don't. So I am going to, what am I gonna do here? Don't tell me that that's not clear down the center. It's really not down the center, is it? Sometimes this is how I measure. I pinch it at the top. Okay, so that's where we're gonna cut it though. That's where it's gonna be. I'm gonna line it up here just so that I can line my ruler up with the dots on my mat, because you know that's why they put them there. And did you see how I moved my finger? Yeah. By George, perfection. Now, which one do I want in the front? Discussions. I want this one in the front because that's kind of how it lays. So, I'm gonna put this here. Remember, I'm not gonna worry about that because I will be sure and make my fabric wide enough if I remember my mission. And I'm going to show you this. Okay, so this is how I measure for everything. I eyeball it. I'm a member of the Eyeball Club. It is an official club. If you're not a member of it, I salute you. So I just look, I don't know how, I will measure it for you measurers. It's like 3 centimeters. So I like maybe a 3 centimeter edge all the way around. And then I'm going to come down here. Let me see this. I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to fold that up. And then I'm going to cut it off. Normally I'm a ripper, but for my inside cover things, I like to actually have a straight edge on my bookends, my book papers and things. So we're going to zip that off of there. And then I'm going to ink the edges and I'm going to place it there. And then this one, I am going to go ahead and lay this on top of here and zip that off. Oh, it's going to cut that off. Well, can't be helped. I guess if you don't know it was there, you just don't know, and it's not going to bug you. I'll just use this little piece. See, I'm looking at that number 89. Like, what is that? 1889, do you suppose? I think it has to do with the with the date on the letter that was written here. Okay, so that one is going to go there, and that one is going to go there. And I'm still not, did you notice I put the adhesive, I put the protective, the protector strip back over my tape until I need that. The struggle, girls, the struggle. Okay, so I'm going to do that part off camera, and when we come back next time, I will have the pages in the signatures ready to sew. I will let you watch that. You know what I want to call that. I can't say it on camera. But first, I'm going to show you the Steampunk DigiKit that I found. I don't know why it printed like this, and I did not take the time to go back and look. There could have been a couple of different zip files, and knowing my luck, I downloaded the one that was for like an A4 paper probably, or some stupid thing, or the orientation I didn't change. But my printer is here in my studio, and I was upstairs in the comfort of my lounge chair when I downloaded it and printed it. And when I came down and I saw this, I had all these printed like 2 and 3 times. And so I just decided I had to roll with it. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. The name of this DigiKit, it came from Digital Curio, Mechanical Steampunk Textures. And this is what the pages look like. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to, because they're going to be too narrow, I'm afraid, for my cover. So I will have to figure that out. If it's not one thing, it's 10 others. Okay, so this is the first page. These are just like steampunk type drawings, mechanical engineering type drawings. So that is page number 1. This is page number 2. They're all pretty cool. I don't know if you can see the detail on that, but this is the way they print it out. Some of the pages are a little different color, some are a little different clarity. And I'm not sure how I'm going to use them yet, but I did love it. See there? Engineering. Wow, I found my word. Amazing. 1891. I did not read this, but it is legible enough to read if you're into that kind of thing. And there's this one. It's a large kit, actually. This one, this reminded me of a coffee grinder. I'm not quite sure what it is or if that's what it is, but very cool. As you can see, they're all kind of monochromatic, sepia tones. I just thought they'd be really fun. And then, oh, I didn't get my people that I'm going to use. My peeps. I'll have to show you the peeps. I don't know where they are. We'll save that for next time. I'll show you them. This looks like it's a diagram for a bridge. What does it say? Table number 37. Something table for maximum compression. Influence table for maximum tension. I don't know. It looks like a bridge. This is the one that we used, that I just put on the inside of the book covers. And then there's this one. And I mean, these aren't very beautiful, but if you're doing a steampunk journal, I think they're awesome because they're muted enough you can actually write on them still. You don't have to worry about, you know, covering up a page or having it be boring. Now, I did not print any of these on the back, which was a faux pas, so I may have to do something there. I'm telling you that it doesn't matter how many millions of these journals that you make, unless you're just one of those people that don't make boo-boos after a while. I am not one. I will do it every time. I may run these back through the printer and just print some random nothingness on the other side, just so it has something. And then this is the kit that I found for the ephemera, My White Cat Journal, Steampunk Timeless Age. And this is a fairly large ephemera kit. I printed it each page. This is the full size. Spit it out, Shelly. So this is the full size page. And then I also printed it 2 to a page. I wasn't sure what sizes I was going to need. So this is like the original size. And I'll back you up just a little bit. Maybe. This is the original size. And then this is the 2 to the page size. So I printed each one of these pages like that because I wasn't sure what size. So this is the full page. And this is the 2 to the page. I wasn't sure what I was going to want. And then I already have the pages. I cut all of these out by hand. Ooh, that was fun. I take stuff like this when I'm camping or, you know, sitting in my chair watching TV. I cut them out. These are extras because I wanted to be able to show y'all the full kit. Full page. And then we have the 2 to the page. It's huge. This kit is huge. So you guys go check out My White Cat Journal. And then the name of this kit is Steampunk Timeless Age. This is like my favorite page. And then that is the last 2 to a page. All right. So the next sesh, I will have had my papers ready for the signatures, and we will stitch those into the spine and get it into the cover. By then I will have found the people that I'm going to put in there. I thought I had all of this in the same envelope, and obviously think again. That's what I get for thinking. And we'll just make it like a 3-part series. Thank you guys so much for hopping on and spending some of your precious time with me. If you learned something from my mistakes, I am so glad. If you want to offer me some suggestions, please do so, as long as they're kind. And we will see you next time. Have a great afternoon, y'all, and bye for now.